What's going on there? Everyone? Anthony here with AC Toys and welcome back to another video. And before I start this video, I just want to go ahead and apologize for the way I might be sounding right now. I literally just got back from the dentist and my mouth is still numb. And as I'm walking up to my front door, I have a package from GameStop that I did not expect was coming at all. Like, I had no email notifications, no app notifications, no nothing. This literally just showed up at my door. And yeah, it completely caught me by surprise. So here what we have today is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Boom Studio Comics Power Rangers Cross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2-pack. Now these are fan channels exclusive, so basically you won't find them at any like major retailers. You can find them at GameStop, Big Bad Toy Store, Dorkside, Entertainment Earth, places like that. So basically no Walmart, no Target. So here we have the front of the packaging. We have the standard 2-pack with the artwork on both sides. We have the window display right here. Power Rangers Cross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Foot Soldier Tommy. Morphed Raphael. You have the Morphed Raphael side art right there. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo at the top. 3D rendering of the figures at the back, the little Nickelodeon and Boom Studios like logos, because you do know they had to work out a deal with Nickelodeon. You have Tommy right here with Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo on the side. You have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo right here on the left. You have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo right here on the right. Legalese at the bottom. Here is the barcode if you want to go to your local GameStop and have them scan it, see if they can maybe locate you one. But other than that, let's go ahead and crack these guys open and see how cool they actually are, because this is the pack, well, one of the packs I've really been waiting for this year. Alright, and here we have them both out of packaging, but before we get into them, what do you say we take a quick look at their accessories, because combined they come with a lot. So starting off, let's go ahead and start with the Foot Soldier. He comes with his two well, not attack, but like weapon holding hands on him out of packaging. Then he also comes with two closed fisted hands right here. Some nice little scuff marks right here on the back plate with some silver paint. So very nice. And then he comes with this ninja sword. Very generic, very basic. I think we've seen these in a few Marvel Legends. So that can be ported into his hand. If not, he has a little holster back here that I could just slide into. Just kind of like slide that in there. It's kind of weird that that's where his sword is. But there you go. I feel like, well, maybe my belt is twisted. Nope, that's how it should be. So I feel like it should be more along the sides, but whatever. There you go. That's how it looks on the back. And then he comes with a separate head sculpt, which is the spoiler alerts. If you, for whatever reason, it comes with another Tommy head sculpt. So in the Boom Studio comics, I'm trying not to get into too many spoilers. Tommy goes undercover to try to help one of his friends who's gotten into the Foot Clan, and he's trying to help get him out. But this isn't exactly a new head sculpt. It is the exact same one we got in the single release pack. Just instead of being a green bandana, it's a purple bandana. So yeah, and a little bit lighter skin tone, but other than that, it's the exact same head sculpt. Nothing new here. No new tooling, but like, what do you expect? You know, like, this is probably an expensive license for them to obtain from Nickelodeon, so they probably tried to cut corners as much as they could. A new facial expression would have been nice, but it is what it is. So if you want to see what that looks like, this is the regular head sculpt for the foot, which is an awesome looking head sculpt on its own. But we'll get into that later. He also comes with two other accessories. He comes with his little bandana down, or not bandana, but like little face mask down. So if you want him without the face mask, just kind of put that on, and that's hovering around his neck to make it look like, you know, he took it off or whatever. Or he also comes with this like covered up face mask where it's just the lower part of his face, and I think this is honestly how I'm going to be displaying him anyways. So you have Foot Soldier Tommy. Pretty cool. And then he comes with two lightning effect pieces. He comes with this little lightning blade. I guess this is neutral for both of them. You can kind of like have this on the sword or on one of Raphael's weapons. And then he comes with a punching effect, which you just kind of slide on there like that. Same one we saw with Beast Morphers Blue, so nothing new there. But the new other effect piece that comes with Raphael is this swooshing piece, which I really like. So you just kind of take Raphael weapons, which by the way, he comes with 2 of his power sword size. I don't really know what you would call these, but it's basically a combination of Raphael's size mixed with Jason's power sword. So that's pretty cool. Those are his 2 accessories. You just take one of them, put it in like so, and it kind of looks like he's swooshing it, you know, comic book effect or whatnot. This piece I really like. I wish they would give us more pieces like these. I'm honestly getting tired of these. I don't ever use these for anything. They just kind of sit in the bin. But pieces like these I really enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But I guess we're moving on to Raphael. So he comes with his 2 weapon holding hands on him out of packaging. Then he comes with kind of like 2 open expression hands right here. 3 fingers, but with the standard Power Ranger glove on it. Really cool. And then he comes with another set of hands, 2 close-fisted hands. So I think this is the most set of hands we've gotten with one figure before. So this guy has 6 sets of hands, or 6 hands, 3 sets. So that's pretty cool. Once again, if I want to show you a quick, he comes with his 2 weapons. So there you go. And I'll compare that with the power sword here in a little bit. And then he comes with his Raphael unhelmeted head sculpt, which I don't know. It looks better than it did in those promo shots, but it's still kind of like, what's going on with this face sculpt? Now, don't get me wrong. It looks a lot better. So if you just want to go ahead and pop that off. Oh, and this turtle figure comes... Actually, what did Tommy come with? Yeah, he comes with your standard ball and hinge joint that is pretty standard with most Power Rangers, where it's just like on a barbell and it goes forward and backwards. As to where this newer one is just a barbell. And yeah, it really has no articulation short of like a little side to side. More of a rocking rotation rather than a forwards and backwards, which is kind of a shame. I don't really like that personally. I feel like you don't get the most range out of motion out of him. Like, look, he can't even look down. But yeah, anyways, I'll get into that during articulation. And so, if you want to see Raphael with an unmasked head sculpt, go ahead and pop that on. Hopefully without breaking it. Oh. There we go. That was a little bit harder than I wanted it to be. But that is how he looks unmasked. And then if you wanted him to hold his weapons, you just kind of like... And also another note is that this one looks like it actually has a clear coat around the handle. So I don't know. Only time will tell, but I don't think the black will rub off on this one. Let's hope, right? So if you want, you can just kind of like port that in there like so. And if you wanted to, you can also kind of like slide it in, finagle it around a little bit, because his hands are made of like a much tighter or harder plastic than the rest of the figure, so it's not as pliable. But if you do kind of like maneuver it around, you can have him holding it like he would hold his sai, where like the blade goes in between the 2 fingers and then the smaller blades go in on the outside. And that's probably how I will be displaying him. So yeah. Great looking figure. And if you wanted to, if you don't want him holding it, they do just kind of like port into here like so, right here on the front. And now his weapons are holstered, but do note that that does kind of get in the way of articulation a little bit. It doesn't really hinder it, but it does kind of like put a bend on these swords if you have them in like a kicking pose. So I probably won't have them in here, but that is an option if you wanted one. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into details of these figures. So moving on to the details, I guess I'll go ahead and start with Raphael because I think that's what most of you guys are interested in anyways. Yes, so he does have quite a stance to him. He is definitely a beefier ranger when I guess, you know, being a turtle and whatnot, but he's not as heavy as you think he would be. He is basically just slightly heavier, I would say, than a standard Power Ranger figure. You would think he'd be much heavier. He almost feels like he's made out of hollow plastic, so I wonder if that's what they kind of did to get away with the weight. Let me go ahead and pull these out. But other than that, his helmet sculpt is really cool. Now, I'm not going to go into too much details. I'm going to let you guys read the comics. If not, I'll link a place where you can actually like listen to an audio repeat of the comics done by a comic historian. He's a really good guy to like listen to. If you don't feel like reading the comics, he will do like voiceovers and voices, whatnot, of the comic stories. So I'll link down below his complete story arc of the Power Rangers Cross Ninja Turtles. But other than that, it is kind of like a mix of like art styles between a Ninja Turtle mask going on right there with the Red Ranger helmet. So very cool. You have his shell, which is painted in gold. I always thought that was kind of weird, but I guess they're basically just using their shells as shields. I thought maybe they would have done it white. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, it looks good either way. Don't get me wrong. You have the armbands going around here as if he was armored up. The diamonds is painted in very nicely on my arm, per se. But one thing I will note is that the elbow joints, I don't know if it's showing up on camera. No, it's not really showing up on camera. But in person, the elbow joints and the knee joints are a much lighter red than they are. So like it doesn't match 100%. It's almost like closer towards a pinkish hue on mine. I don't know if that's standard on all of them or if it's just kind of a mishap on mine. But also the diamonds are painted in very nicely on the boot. That's very nice. Let's see if I can get this focused. The Tyrannosaurus, since the belt is much bigger, has a much more prominent stamp of the Tyrannosaurus coin right there on the belt. So that's pretty cool. You got the white diamond. The white is painted in very nicely. The gold that they use for the shell is a very nice gold. I wish they would use this gold much more often. Let's see here. Unfortunately, I have a little black mark on mine, just like my saber-tooth tiger did from the Scorpina 2-pack, which is kind of a shame because I think, you know, it's just black from the eyes that got over here, and now they cleared over it, so it's really just kind of like stuck there. Bit of a shame, but yeah, the shell molding on the back is very cool. Very nice. Awesome looking figure. One I was really hyped about. Also, if you notice, this is not the first Phantom Ranger was technically our first, but this is our second, or at least my second, depending on which one you got first. First, pinless double elbows and knees. So if you guys are unaware of what I mean, as you can see here is a standard Lightning Collection figure, and you can see the pin joints right here that are connecting the upper leg and the lower leg together. Same thing with the elbow. Hasbro has been trying to implement this in a much more streamlined fashion to where it doesn't look as ugly during toy photography, so you don't see the joint pegs at all. I know a lot of customizers don't like these because it's harder to take apart, but since I don't really customize, I much prefer the streamlined look. So yeah, second figure I own from Hasbro, Power Rangers, that is fully pinless. So that's really cool. So yeah, but we'll use that as a transition to the Foot Soldier. Now your Foot Soldier is just your basic classic Power Ranger mold, just obviously with some different details. So here you have the classic Foot Soldier look that most of you guys are probably familiar with. If not, the Foot Soldiers are basically the putties of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle world, the henchmen per se. And it's actually kind of weird thinking we are finally getting a Hasbro version of this. I never thought I'd see the day that would happen. As you guys are well aware, TMNT IP is owned by Nickelodeon, and their main toy producer is Playmates, but Nickelodeon has been known to, I guess, license out their turtles to like multiple different creators like NECA, Super 7, etc., etc. They just want, even DC has made some turtle figures. So yeah, so basically all gray. With the purple outfit going on here, you have these little like shredder-like claws going on the side. A nice shiny silver right here going across all down the arm. Other than that, he is basically very, very plain. And then if you just once again want to see what he looks like with the Tommy head sculpt on, there he goes. And this is how you are more going to display him. So yeah, basic gray, purple, and that is really it if you're just displaying him as a Foot Soldier. He does suffer what it looks like from the same problems that the other Ranger figure has, where his arms don't go fully down to the side. They kind of like stick out like this. I don't know why they can't fix that. It's not really seems to be a problem with Marvel Legends, and it's basically almost the same buck. So I wish they would like fix this issue. Well, because like most of my figures, if you just stand them straight up, they're just kind of like arms out like that. Once again, no big deal. The back, yeah, I mean, it's hard to like really go into details. This guy is literally just all gray with some purple. So yeah, there you go. Let's go ahead and jump into articulation with this guy. So since he is your standard Ranger figure, he does have the little full 360 left and right. Is hindered a little bit by the hair, but not too much. But it is hindered a lot from looking up. That's how far he'll look down. And just to get rid of that, just to show you how much the hair hinders, this is how far he can look up with no hair. That's how far he can look down. This one does have side to side actually, so that's pretty neat. Full 360 as well. Shoulder joints, that'll go out about that far. We'll do a full 360, but it'll do it pretty wide because of like the little cloth going around his shoulders. Obviously, once again, you see the butterfly joints. We'll go back about that far. Forward, not too far, but not too bad. The joints are really tight on this one. Sorry, let me get this turned back around. There we go. There we go. So they'll go forward about that far. Upper diaphragm joint. We'll go rock side to side, left and right, full 360 if need be. Without the ab crunch, it'll look down about that far, back about that far. Then you have the lower ab crunch, which will bring him looking down about that far, looking back an ungodly amount. Let's see, ball jointed hips. We'll do the splits a very good amount. Would expect a little bit more from a ninja, but overall not too bad. Still better than most Rangers. Double jointed elbows, still has the pins. Upper bicep swivel, wrist hinges, full 360. The weapon holding hands will go up and down like so, and then the fist will go in and out. So just take note of that. Upper thigh swivel, we'll do a full 360. Double jointed knees, once again still has both pins. Boot cuff swivel, and ankle rockers left, right, back, forward. Pegals at the bottom. So yeah, that is the articulation for the foot soldier, your basic Power Rangers Lightning Collection articulation Hasbro in general. So let's go ahead and move on to Raphael. So moving on to Raphael, he does basically seem to have most of all the articulation. So let's go ahead and go through that. He will do full 360 if need be. We'll look up that much, look down very little because of that new ball jointed neck. Has ball jointed shoulders. We'll go up very far. Let's see, bend that down. We'll do a full 360. Upper bicep swivel, we'll do 360 there. Has a different style butterfly joint, but has a butterfly joint nonetheless. Won't go forward very far. Goes back probably just a little bit more than it does forward, but overall not as good as your standard Power Rangers Lightning Collection one. Double jointed elbows are pinless, as I said, so it gets that good range of motion. The weapon holding hands will do full 360 and up and down, just like the foot soldiers. The other two hands will go in and out, like so. Let's see here. As far as the upper body goes, it does look like he has the upper torso movement, but is hindered completely by the shell. So it's almost like a static movement. He does get a little side to side, but no like 360 or whatsoever. And I don't even know if he has an ab crunch, but if he does, it's not usable with the shell either. So there is that. He does have ball jointed hips. We'll do the full splits. Honestly, this is what I expect from most Rangers. I don't know why they can't do this. But you can get him in some nice kicking poses with it like so, if you just figure out the balance of it all. I'm not going to try to do that on camera, but he will do the full splits, which is very nice. Does have the upper thigh swivel. We'll do full 360. Double jointed pinless knees, looks amazing. Boot cuff swivel and ankle rockers, left, right, down, forward. Peg holes at the bottom. So yeah, really good articulation in the lower half of his body, and decent articulation in the upper half. So yeah, take it as you will. I don't know if this is going to be the new standard for the ball peg. I know like the Ninjetti Rangers has this style ball peg. I don't know what's going to go on carrying forward. But let's go ahead and move into some size comparisons. Since I don't really have another foot soldier to compare him with, here he is next to a putty patroller. So the henchman versus the henchman. There you go. Basically the exact same body sculpt, as you can see, just with different accessories to make them look their part. And just one more, here he is next to the Red Ranger from the Lightning Collection line. Does scale pretty nicely, so it's going to be hard to army build this guy, obviously, because he comes with a Raphael, so you'd have to buy a bunch of Raphael packs and hopefully sell off the Raphaels to get a bunch of foot soldiers. If not, maybe wait till they release a 2-pack. I don't know how their licensing deal is going to work with Nickelodeon, but as of right now, the only way to army build the foot soldier is to buy multiple Raphael packs. Or maybe if somebody only wants Raphael, buy the foot soldier off of them. Alright, and here Raphael is next to the Comic-Con exclusive Armored Up Red Ranger and the regular retail release Red Ranger. So obviously he's going to pair very well with the Lightning Collection, however you want to display him. Obviously they weren't morphed at the same time, so until Hasbro released some ninja versions of the Power Ranger figures, this is how you are going to have to display them. Alright, and just because I do have them, here he is next to a standard Playmate Raphael from like the CGI version of the cartoon that aired on Nickelodeon. Here we have him next to. So final thoughts on these figures. Are they a smash? Are they a pass? I would definitely recommend you guys get these if you can. The turtle figure itself alone is amazing. Plus the inclusion of the army building foot soldier, or if you want him as Tommy, that is also a great addition to this set. I've been messing around with them for a little bit, and I can't say I couldn't be more pleased with them. I love the pinless look of the new turtle toy. The overall look and design of the suits is so amazing. I read the comics, I loved it, and I was hoping that they would come out. I knew DC was able to get the license for the Turtles, so I only knew it was a matter of time before Hasbro could. I just didn't think it was going to be this soon. But yeah, once again, this is a fan channel exclusive only, so you can't get it at Walmart or Target. It will be at GameStop, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. I'll leave links down below where you can get your set. Mine came in from GameStop, once again, with no notification whatsoever. So yeah, my mouth is pretty numb from dentist. So if you guys could you please like, comment, and subscribe? It really costs you guys nothing and really helps the channel out. And until next time, guys, later.